Hey guys, welcome back to Mountaintop 9, and I've got a treat for you in this video. I'm going to talk and show off some of my favorite VHS tapes of all time, some great covers by some great companies, not to mention some pretty kick-ass films. So anyway, let's just start talking about some of these tapes. As you can see in this one, right now I'm just showing you some kind of compilation of different cool covers. We're going to mostly show off clamshells and big boxes in this video, but I did put some slipcases in there towards the end. Let's take a look here. Yeah, man, so many great tapes. You got Buried Alive there from Thriller Video. Body Shop, one of my favorite covers up there in the corner. What do we got here? That Drive-In Massacre, kick-ass film, not to mention a pretty rare Paragon big box, so that one's really cool. The Mongrel's pretty rare to come by as well. Alright, in this picture here, we got a pretty rare big box. That's Schoolgirls in Chains, one of my favorite covers of all time. Look how sick and depraved that cover is. I mean, if you're an exploitation fan and that doesn't get you going, I don't know what will. I mean, what a beautiful piece of artwork right there. Oh, here are two of my favorite big boxes of all time, no doubt about it. Regal Video, The Bride's War Blood, and Scream Baby Scream. Look at the bloody violence on display on those two garish works of art. Great lurid artwork on those two. Ah, here we go. These are just a couple I put together in a picture at random. You got Video Violence here from Camp Video. That's a classic, and if that doesn't bring back a wave of nostalgia, then nothing will. And then you've got that Mogul Video Rape over there. That artwork with the woman's outstretched hand, awesome cover. I've always loved the cover on that one. Great, just great use of color. Now we've got Blood Rage. Anybody who watches my videos know that Blood Rage is one of my favorite slasher films of all time. So I've got to have Blood Rage on here. Prism Video put out some really cool films back in the day. There's no doubt about that. Here we've got The Mutilator. To me, The Mutilator and Blood Rage, they just go hand in hand. And, of course, both of them have kick-ass VHS artwork. You just can't go wrong with it. Alright, now here we have a super shitty film. I actually just rewatched Bog again just the other night. This movie sucks, but I'll tell you what, this Air Video big box, that artwork kicks ass. If you don't love that artwork, there's something wrong with you. Look at that shit. Alright, one of my favorite VHS of all time is this one right here. This is from CIC. That's the name of the company, I believe. And I just love that artwork. And I love this clamshell. I still remember the first time I laid eyes on it back in the day at a video store called Video Varieties. Just great memories. Now this one, here's another super boring movie. Just like we were just talking about how Bog is a bad movie. Well, the Icebox Murders, it's not a good fucking movie. But look at that artwork. I mean, it just grabs you by the balls when you see a piece of artwork. If you're a horror fan and you see something like that, you've got to watch it. Alright, here we go. In this picture here, I've got a Bog set side by side with a Mardi Gras Massacre. And the whole reason I did that, I thought it looked really beautiful to sit those two side by side because of the yellow. Now in this picture, we've got Body Shop, Gore Girls, and a Tales from the Dark Side Volume 1 big box. Just looks beautiful. The Wizard of Gore, clamshell from Midnight Video. Look at that cover. You got a guy sawing some chick in half. Alright, we got Sledgehammer. That's the only cool movie in this as far as movie itself. I love all three of those tapes, though. Great tapes. Alright, in this video, look at this hoarding you've got going on here. I've got two of each. Now, I don't have all of these at the same time anymore, but man, I used to do that shit back in the day. I would hoard multiple copies of the same thing. Now we've moved on. Blood Frenzy, super rare slasher big box. That's a good one right there. And Love Me Deadly. one of the all-time greats as far as 70s sleazy exploitation. Kind of has a soap opera vibe to it, though at the same time. Just a really kind of twisted film from the 70s. Well, of course, now we've moved on to Scimitar. As you just saw in those previous pictures, you got Demon Witch Child, one of my favorite covers. And then right here, we've got Victims, one of the sleaziest of the 80s films, in my opinion. This movie's just really off-kilter, twisted, makes you feel dirty watching it. And I love that cover. And right here we have another shitty movie, Horror House on Highway fucking 5. This movie is boring as fuck. I just don't like this movie at all, but goddamn, is that one of the greatest covers and taglines of all time. They were young and in love. He was crazy. She was dead. Love it. Here I'm showing off again Drive-In Massacre, the Paragon Video release of the film. I just love that cover. And here we've got The Prowler from VC, what is it? What do you call it? VC2? And yeah, I've always loved this big box. I wanted to say VCI, but it's VC2. Anyway, here we go. I love that Snuff big box, man. That's always been one of my favorite tapes. I always have to show off that Snuff big box right there. Back in the day, I loved taking pictures, and I even showed it off in a video. Here we got Nightmare from Planet Video. I love that. That's the best release in my opinion. I even had a clamshell edition of that Planet Video Nightmare at one time. I sold it to someone for $500, the clamshell version, because the clamshell is so fucking rare. Anyway, here's another great lineup of films. You got some thriller videos. And here we go. Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. I love the film, and I love the cover. Man, did that cover make an impression on me when I was a kid. I'll tell you what. Another one that grabbed me by the balls. Dead Kids. Do I really like the movie that much? No. Don't really care for the film that much. It's mediocre, but goddamn do I love that cover. Something about that countryside setting, the isolation, the lightning in the sky. Night of the Demon. Such a simple cover, but so evocative. I don't know, it's something about that cover, it just gets me. Always loved it. I love those IFS clamshells. And here we've got, once again, Love Me Deadly with that great artwork of the naked chick being clutched, being pulled to the ground. And you got Class Reunion Massacre, aka The Redeemer. Love that film. So I really enjoy both films and covers. Dracula's Great Love, another cool film and a cool cover from Gorgon Video. Here we've got A Quiet Place to Kill. How can you go wrong with that beautiful cover? Look at that, and look at the blood going into the water. Here we've got some more beautiful unicorns. Look at this. The Witch's Mountain, Warlock Moon, A Quiet Place, A Bell from Hell. Look at this. The Witch's Mountain. I don't like this film that much, I'll tell you that. It's pretty fucking lame, but that cover is great. I love the way it looks. Splatter University. Now, this is one I had to put in here because I've never even owned this specific release. That's actually a scan from online. But look at that cover. And here we've got The Forest from Prism. Look at it. And you'll notice the same eyes in this cover are used on the Victims cover that Scimitar put out. Aha! Another unicorn video here. The Demons. How can you go wrong with that fucking artwork? And here we've just got another nice mix of covers. Just soak up that artwork right there. Look at that rare Last House on the left. Screams of a Winter Night. Night of the Living Dead. I can't even keep up with this shit anymore. I'm just gonna talk as I go. Look at that shit right there, man. Gates of Hell right next to Buried Alive and Nightmare. And here we go, guys. I told you I'd throw in some slipcases here towards the end. Just look at all the shit you got on display here. I got so many in here in these covers. Some of this stuff I don't even have anymore. I've got a lot of my movies backed up, but over the years I've had to get rid of certain like DVDs and VHS when I just needed the extra money to pay bills and shit. So sadly, I don't got a lot of this stuff anymore, but I got all my movies backed up, thankfully. Here's a really cool release. I think United put out that slipcase. My Brother Has Bad Dreams. Great fucking art and a cool movie. Here's some more cool stuff here. And check this out. This is the last picture I'm going to leave you guys with. Just some great stuff. You got Blood Splash there. Of course, that's Nightmare under an alternate title. And just other cool shit. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And guess what? I'll be seeing you again real soon.